So let's go. Okay. I am Carolina Perez from Search One Digital. I have a digital PR agency here and link building too. And my goal here with our conversation is to talk about link building and know of you about your opinion about the link building evolution according to the time, because link building is before Google, right? And what do you think that it's most important to a webmaster or a link builder to start in this career? And for you, what's the future of digital PR and link building all of the world?
So when you say what do they have to do to get started in link building?
Yeah.
And should it be specifically link building or every type of link building?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. So just for every type of link building.
Every type of link building. Well, if they are if they are just starting out, the first thing they should do is have a subscription on Ahrefs and spy on the successful websites, spy on the link profile, look what they've done, and then just learn, how links work, learn how, learn how, the successful websites are acquiring links by looking at hundreds of link profiles, like hundreds of websites of link profiles by Ahrefs. That's the first step I would do if I would start. And that's where, you can be curious. You can click on a link in Ahrefs to say, how have they done it? What was the process that they've used? And they will see. Link building is not just, of course, digital PR. There's lots of other types of link building. Guest posts is very widespread. So many people are using, 40% guest posts, 40% digital PR, and then 20% everything else. And I think that's a curiosity that everyone has to have when they start out in link building. Study, be curious, ask questions. Why are the links here? How did they acquire them? Try to, think of it. That's the first step.
Do you believe in guest posts? Do you believe that guest posts still work? Why?
I would want to say, unfortunately, yes.
Uh-huh.
Because
why unfortunately?
They are black hat. Like, we know they're black hat, but they work. I've seen. So we have 200 plus clients now, and throughout the years we've had probably 1,000 clients.
Mm-hmm.
Guest posts work. Like, they still work like a charm. It's crazy. Like, I would want to say, they don't work anymore, and every white hat SEO would be like, yeah, they don't work, but they do work, and it's black hat. If you pay for the link, it's black hat.
Mm-hmm.
But they work because it's impossible for Google to identify every link that comes from a guest post. It's impossible, especially there are some really high quality sites that provide guest posts, and it works. But I think eventually Google might catch you, and you don't want to be in that, you don't want to be living in constant anxiety, because that's what happens if you just build by guest posts. Yes, it could work for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, but eventually Google might find out. So you might want to diversify with digital PR, right? That's what most of our clients are doing. They are investing in guest posts, and then they bring in the digital PR links, like the high quality real earn links, and then they have like a complete link profile then, and the risk of getting a penalty is like exponentially minimized. It's like minimized a lot when you combine the white hat and, of course, the black hat as well. It just works.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think that everything it's a kind of a guest post. If you're going to offer a release from a journal or even a simple article, it's a guest, right?
Well, you exchange content value. So you exchange value with the content instead of exchanging a financial incentive. It's completely different, right?
Right.
So that's what Google says. Provide something of value, create something that others want to write about without incentivizing them with anything else. Right? So you could say you give them something, but you give them something that Google says that you can give. That's allowed by Google, right? Google said, share content that others want to write about without being paid for it. That's digital PR.
Yes, I will talk about it. That do you believe that because these Google exigencies, digital PR is more powerful now because we must
Yes.
create, evaluate content to share. So it's your
100%.
opinion too.
100%. Digital PR is going to be way more important than what it was a year ago or what it is now, and it's becoming more and more important because Google is becoming better and better at identifying guest posts and identifying link schemes, and because digital PR is genuine and it comes from websites that don't sell guest posts, it will just become more and more valuable.
Yes, I think so. Yes, totally agree. Fery, tell me, do you already have a client that have a penalization from link building? Do you already have something like that? Not from your fault, okay? A client search you to resolve this problem. So you identified that it was a link building penalization. This kind of things already happened with you?
Yeah, we had, and we had clients who came to us to help them with a penalty, and we had even had our own website that was penalized, and I had a friend who's 10 websites have been penalized for if you didn't have a website that's been penalized for whatever reason, then you are not a real SEO, right? You didn't experiment enough, right? Every SEO person, I would say that's a real SEO who's got at least a website penalized by Google. It means they're pushing the limits. It means they're pushing the limits and they want to experiment with they're on the edge of what's working now, how much can we push it, right? That's what every SEO should be doing. That the goal of every SEO should be, how can I get a Google penalty?
Yeah.
Because they can learn, right? They can use it as a learning platform. Of course, not to a client website. Don't do that. Just set up a website, right? Set up a random website, start generating traffic, and then push the limits. Blast it with links. Use ChatGPT to create 2,000 articles in 5 nights. Do something that will create massive take some massive action, and then see what happens. Hopefully you get a penalty, and then you learn. Right, and then you learn how to remove the penalty, because that's also a skill, right?
Yes, I think so. I already make a site grow up after link building correction. It's very, very good. Talking about ChatGPT that you mentioned, do you believe that link builders can be more ChatGPT can resolve some problems with link building, like automation, something? Do you believe that ChatGPT is good from link building?
I've heard. Let me just shut the window. Give me just 1 second.
Okay.
Stop the aircon here. So I've heard people using ChatGPT to automate Haro. It's just gonna create a mess. It will be a mess because, it can work on the short term, but when everyone is gonna start, automating things, like Haro will be so saturated that it will be impossible to actually get traction from there. So it could work on the short term. I think everyone should embrace it. I don't want to dismiss Chat. I think everyone should embrace it. We are also, we have a little lab, a software department where we experiment with things and we start implementing ChatGPT in some areas, and we are exploring this, but we are not using it now to actively earn links to our clients. We are not using it at all for active work. It's just an experiment now, but I would say it can, if you're clever enough, I think it can provide some great value to any workflow.
Yeah, good. Yeah, can be. It's possible. And another question. How about technical link building, I'm saying follow, no follow, and ESG. Do you believe that a link without a link, like just a brand mention, it's important too to give more authoritativeness from a site?
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. So brand mentions, I would say, and I always said, they are almost worthless. But I think they are going to become, and they are becoming more important. For example, if you have a website called bestproteinpowder.com, and the journalist mentions a study by Best Protein Powder reveals whatever, then I think Google will find it will be very difficult to assign an entity to that, to that mention, and to assign the mention to an entity. However, if you have a brand such as, bulk protein powders, a research by bulk protein powders reveals the most gym-obsessed states in America, something like that. It will be easier for Google to identify. I think they're still very, low in value, but I think it will grow way more now with the onset of AI. I think links are still like the most powerful. Probably links, I would say 95%, and then brand mention like only 5%, right? But I think they will be more important.
Okay, well, I think I'm agree with you in everything. Let's fight just something. And about, do you believe that digital PR is growing nowadays because the A&T exemptions, or that's because the human behavior is changing all of the days? Do you believe that digital PR is a future and a huge future to press and digital marketing?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Digital PR is the future of white hat link building. It's one of the very few methods that it works. You can systematize it. You can, if you provide a good story to the press, they will pick it up and they will feature your client. It works, it's white hat, and it's only going to become more important. We see massive budgets being shifted from guest posts. So whilst maybe 5 years ago, like big companies had, 100% of their budgets on guest posts. 2 years ago, it was like 50-50. And now we can see the shift going even more, like the budgets go more towards digital PR. I don't think just digital PR should be used for a link building activity for a website. I think people should use other methods as well, but digital PR will keep on growing and it will become more and more important.
Oh, now the gold question. For you, it's more important digital PR or just SEO with some links?
So what can you repeat the question?
Yes, here in Brazil, our behavior is that digital PR is a part of SEO.
Yeah, it is.
A part of SEO strategy. And for me, I'm trying to share with people that for me, digital PR, it's a little bit more important than SEO. Because when you do digital PR and when we will create a blog post with valued content, you must to apply SEO. But for me, SEO it's a part of digital PR, and not digital PR. It's a little bit part of SEO. Understand?
Yeah. Well, that's another. I mean, everyone has got their individual thoughts. For us, I know there are some agencies who do great work with like these big big assets, and they do like this big hype, and they are focusing on creating more brand awareness, which is great, but it can be a very big hit and miss. So I've seen campaigns of like 25,000-30,000 pounds, and they got like 2 links and 5 mentions in like newspapers, which I would say for 30 grand, it's not a good investment. Some of them can work out really well, but again, it's a big hit and miss. And that's that's a digital PR that's independent from almost like SEO. It's focused on generating buzz around the client, but that's very expensive. It can be 20 grand per campaign or 30 grand per campaign with no guarantees, right?
Yeah.
For what we do, we focus on the SEO effects of the world of the digital PR, which means for me, digital PR is a part of SEO, right? It's one of the pillars of SEO. So it's a different shift in mindset.
Yeah, I think so. And for you, Fery, what's the most important strategy from a good digital PR campaign? Or it depends of the goals of the site?
So what's the most important? What's the most important
Strategy.
strategy?
Strategy. Yeah. I'm sorry about my English. It's not.
No. It's fine. Like we have clients from all over the world, and I speak with you. We probably our clients are like probably speaking like we have 50 different languages clients. So it's fine. I think 3 methods are. Do you mean like what are the most important methods of crafting a campaign?
Tell me about the methods, that your 3 methods.
Yeah, well, reactive, expert commentary, and data-driven, right? This is what we use. Sometimes we go and find, as you've seen, maybe in some of my case studies, we find government data sets. We pull it down, we sort it, we do, we either merge them with some other data sets, and then we create a story and we share it with the press. It's very good because it's very hard to replicate quickly by journalists. Therefore, you have a bigger chance of earning links, but it's also more resource intensive, which means it's way more expensive to run those. And sometimes we have to combine reactive PR. So sometimes something happens in the world. You see a spike in searches going up. You come up with an angle, put your client forward, give some expert tips as well, and that's reactive in combination with expert commentary. Or there's just expert commentary where you don't react to something, but rather you go and you just give advice, how to sleep better, when it's a heat wave outside, or you just give general advice on relationships or whatever the industry of the client is, right? And you put your client forward as the entity who provides these great tips. And journalists always need tips because they cannot say, oh, we think that you should buy red flowers if whatever, like for your wife. It's got to be from an expert, right? It's got to be coming from somebody in the industry, right? That's how journalism works. They need to quote somebody who is in various industries, so that they can say, oh, experts from whatever the company name is reveal 5 tips on how to do whatever, right? So these are the 3 methods that we are using.
Very good. Fery, I'm in love with our conversation. Thank you very much, I must say. And the last question, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I know that your time is very, and I have a dream. Be so famous as you are.
Oh, well, I'm not quite that famous.
I will.
I do want to be, way more famous, but yeah, I'm just trying to entertain people in the SEO world and provide them value as well. It's a good satisfaction to see people being helped by my content.
Yeah. Digital PR is just like a good entertainment for for people. I think so.
Yeah.
My last question for our conversation is, what is your principal advice to 2024, next year, from the digital PR universe? What us, like link builders and journalists, I am a journalist, must to study and must to follow to make a good work in 2004?
Well, I think I think just focus on giving value. I think it's always focusing on how can our content provide value to audiences, and that applies in everything in life, but especially in digital PR, right? If your study is interesting enough, or if your work is, what you do with digital PR is interesting and helps others, then it will be way more successful. So I think that's what everyone should focus in the age of like AI. Just focus on like more authentic value that you can give with every campaign. Help the journalists become their colleagues instead of becoming just a agency who wants to build links. As a digital PR, you have to become the colleague that helps the journalists. You have to become their little department where they can come to you for help, and you can go to them with help. That's what I would focus on.
Yes, I think I believe in that too. So Fery, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your empathy. You are very empathy people. You're very polite, and I thank you very much for this conversation. And for me, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
It was a pleasure for me as well. I always like to talk. I'm always enthusiastic when I talk about this to everyone.
And when you come from Brazil, please talk to me. That I take you to.
This conversation is recorded, so I'll hold you accountable for that.
I'm leaving São Paulo, but I can go with you to Rio de Janeiro, drink a caipirinha, right? It's a promise.
Okay, leave this with me.
Okay.
Might happen.
Yes, I think so. I hope so. So Fery, thank you very much. Bye-bye. And until next time, and good work for you.
Thank you. Same to you. All the best.
All the best for you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.